Go back to West Africa, where Gambia, the region's leading tourism economy, and also rich in agriculture and mineral resource. However, the two leading sectors of the economy, tourism and agriculture, are hurting from the effects of climate change. Here is the Gambia's Minister in charge of Environment, Climate Change and Natural Resources, speaking on the challenges of climate change the country faces.
The Gambia is seriously affected by the impact of climate change in all aspects of life. Critical to say is our main industry, that's the agriculture sector and the tourism sector. Majority of the Gambian population are employed in these two sectors, and they are the main contributors to our GDP. But most importantly also, they are not only the main employer, but they are employing even the majority of the poor who are and the most vulnerable, that's the women and the young people. So if these two sectors are affected by any impact, critical here is the climate change. Definitely is having a greater impact on our economy as a whole. That said also is our infrastructure as a developing country is not fit for proper response to the impact of climate change. And again, as a developing country also we are disadvantaged by our financial position. Gambia cannot easily respond and quickly respond to the impact of climate change when it happens, especially to natural disasters. In the instance is the rains, the floods. We have seen just 1 year rainfall has affected and then put down about 11 lives. And as estimated by the World Bank, $80 million of worth of our properties and assets has been lost by just 1 year of rain season. Before even that, Gambia was experiencing a serious drought, which also affect our farmers. And then we are just saying that the majority of the population is they're employed in the farming sector. So if we are having this unprecedented, unpredicted rain patterns, it also not only confuse the farmers, but also confuse the economy in our planning sector. And again, it backfires into all sectors of our lives. And even whereas we have even the serious rains that affects not only our property, but even infrastructure. Children are forced not to go to school. Even employments and at the business sector are also affected. So this is one that is also challenging our entire economy as a whole, as a developing countries. But most importantly, we don't even have the required manpower in terms of technical know-how. That's the capacity and also the resources to respond adequately and on time. That also extend the suffering of this impact. For what we are doing as a country, for me, when I'm responding to this question, I said, this should not be a question that should be asked to the Gambia, but to those that have emitted and caused the problem. Gambia as a country emitted or contributed very insignificantly to this entire problem. 0.01% does not or is not a good scale for us to suffer this much as a developing country. And also to use our mega resources that is also competing with other developing sectors to invest or also put in all that we have to mitigate aspect of climate change. But notwithstanding, we are forced as a country to do that. In the IPCC report recently, that's their activity report, it has been mentioned that majority of the developing countries spent more than 80% of the cost required for adaptation.